Hello everyone, this video is the GCPS tutorial on the basics, a step-by-step walkthrough on how to use the system to generate actionable business insights. GCPS stands for Global Competition Positioning System. It's a business database hosted at acdata.ai, featuring cleaned company data and visualization analytics tools where you can generate business insights by a few clicks. To date, it hosts the data of 43,000 plus companies from the world's top 30 plus stock exchanges, about 70% of Standard & Poor's active companies. The companies are headquartered in about 100 countries. Data dimensions includes industry, financial and valuation KPIs, region include both country, state, and city, and year. The system facilitates open sharing and learning. The database is embedded with visualization and analysis tools, including business geo-information tools to answer the where questions by benchmarking on regions, such as where is the money, risk, and jobs. Industry analysis tools can answer the which questions by benchmarking on industries, such as which industries are easy money and which are hard money. Enterprise diagnosis tools can answer the what questions by benchmarking on companies, such as what are the strengths and weaknesses of a company. And finally, supply chain mapping can answer questions on the supply chains to identify potential suppliers and customers. GCPS is web-based, and you can sign in or sign up here. When sign in, you can open your Workspace here. In your Workspace, you'll first see your dashboard, which summarizes your activities, such as your current projects and your interactions with other users. For example, likes, sites, comments, and so on. If you want to create some analysis, please click on GCPS. Inside GCPS, you can create a new project and search for existing projects by title. You can edit the title and the abstract of a project. You can also edit the content of a project, slideshow or previewed project, or delete the project. Finally, you can invite other users to collaborate on a project, or copy a project, or merge multiple projects into one, download a project into PDF files, and notify your followers of this project. Now let's create a new project by entering the project title and the abstract here. When you edit a project, you can add a new page here, save the project, and preview or slideshow the project, and sort or batch delete pages of this project. On each page, you can add the title of the page here, enter your notes or insights here, and once you are done, you can exit the project here. You can create a new page by clicking on New Page on the top, and in the drop-down menu, you can choose from the following options: Template Page, Analysis Tools, Navigator, Supply Chain Mapping, and Upload Image. Let me explain each options one by one. It would be much easier for other people to understand and appreciate your work if you can include some template pages into your projects to summarize your findings and insights. And there are 4 types of template pages to choose from: the title page, the content page, the split page, and the blank page. Here is an example of the content page. Feel free to edit the text. Clicking on the Analysis Tools button brings up a menu where you can select a variety of analysis tools, such as Business Geo-Info, to project company data, to maps, industry analysis, to analyze and compare industries, and enterprise diagnosis, to compare and benchmark companies. Let's first create an analysis for Business Geo-Info, which includes enterprise distribution and region comparison, among others. Let's first open the map tool of enterprise distribution. On the left panel, you can select Analysis module, industry, country or region, organizational form, and year. Analysis module has two options. Enterprise distribution includes KPIs often used. You can also choose your own KPIs in profitability, growth, health, efficiency, and valuation to show on the map. When you select industry, pay attention to the levels. The higher the level number, the more granular the industry classification is. After selecting level, you can search for industries. Next, you can select region or country. There are about 100 countries up there. You can search for the country name. And finally, year. Then click on Start Analysis. A map is generated. On the right panel, you can select which KPI to show on the map. On the top of the right panel, you can change graph type from map to bar chart. You can show or hide label or caption and download the picture. Finally, you can save your analysis here. Let's open the map tool of region comparison, for instance, to compare two states of the US, New York and California. On the left panel, you can choose the KPI or indicator from 5 categories. You can also choose the region by country or state or city. On the right panel, you can choose how to group the companies, which group to show, and show companies or just the industry. Please note that in the picture, negative values are represented by shaded circles. Industry analysis tools are designed to study and compare different industries. They include benchmark by industry or KPI, concentration and competition intensity, industry breakdown, comparison and trend, and KPI distribution by industry, among others. In scatter plots of profit versus cost, for instance, there are additional features such as annotation, dots removal or restore, and dots highlighting. Annotation allows you to add or remove comments and notes on a graph. Outliers may skew a graph, so dots removal can help you get a better understanding of the data by removing the outliers. Dots highlight allow you to search and highlight companies on the graph. This is useful because sometimes there are too many companies on the graph and cannot find the one that you are interested. The S&P 500 company button allows you to focus only on these companies. Inside the trend analysis, on the left panel, you can select analysis module to be different KPI combinations, either pre-mixed or customized KPIs, either total or median. Year range can also be adjusted. On the right panel, you can select merge or separate graphs or switch between line versus bar charts, or calculate and plot CAGR bar charts. CAGR stands for Compound Annual Growth Rate. Inside breakdown analysis, on the left panel, analysis module represents different breakdowns. Most popular one would be revenue breakdown, assets breakdown, liability breakdown, and cost of goods sold breakdown. On the right panel, you can select between vertical versus horizontal bars. You can show or hide the elements of the breakdowns. Inside industry comparison, on the left panel, please select at least 2 industries to compare. On the right panel, you can choose between bar charts versus spider web. Inside concentration and competition intensity, on the left panel, you can use analysis module to select different metrics, such as the total revenue for market share analysis, or a profit for the split of the profit, or for firm concentration ratio, that is the market share of the 4 largest companies in this industry. On the right panel, you can decide to show or hide different companies. The KPI distribution by industry shows how the KPI is distributed for the selected industries, regions, and year. It is the histogram of the KPI. The right panel allows you to select the KPI. You can also use mouse to zoom in to see more details. Enterprise diagnosis tools are designed to compare individual companies and diagnose their problems and causes. They include enterprise breakdown, comparison, ranking, and trend, as well as value driver analysis, among others. Autofill provides a quick way to gauge the companies you want. This is especially useful if you don't know the industry classification of the companies that you're looking for. You can use autofill to search companies such as Apple and Microsoft, which automatically fills in the parameters such as country, industry, on the left panel for you. Enterprise ranking ranks enterprises by a KPI of your choice. You can rank the companies in ascending or descending order. You can change the page size to decide on how many companies to show on each page. You can also select the value range to rank the companies with values in that specific range. KPI examination is the blood work or physical examination report of a company. Select an industry as the population and a company, so you can compare the company to the population to see where it stands in terms of percentile rank. KPI examination also displays the abnormality indicators, such as normal, high, or low, on the far right column. Analysis module include standard examination, specialized examinations, or customized examination. Value driver analysis allows us to find the causal relationship between two KPIs for specific companies or industry. On the left panel, please select variables for X and Y by searching or browsing. Then select the industry. Company selection is optional. If selected, the system only plots these companies. Otherwise, the system plots all companies in the selected industry. GCPS Navigator is designed to help you find the industry classification and competitors for a company. You can start by searching for a company by name or ticker symbol. Once found, the company's industry classification is displayed here. You can fine-tune the analysis by region, year, or KPI. The largest 3 competitors are shown here. On the right side, you can zoom in to see the structure of the nested industry classification and scroll on the sub-industry to bring up more companies. Supply chain mapping maps out a company's upstream and downstream industries in the supply chain to identify its potential suppliers and customers. You can start by searching a company. Let's say Apple. Apple is classified as a technology hardware company. On the right side, you can see its up or downstream industries. You can fine-tune the analysis by region, year, and KPI. You can click on the plus sign of the node that is the industry to open details, so you can see all the companies in this industry. Right, you can also click on the regions to remove or restore companies of these regions. You can also download the picture and save the analysis. Collaboration is highly encouraged. You can invite other users to collaborate on a project by adding and searching and inviting them. You can also cancel the collaboration if deemed necessary. Upon receiving the invitation, the invited collaborator can choose to accept or deny the invitation. If you accept the invitation, you can still withdraw yourself later from the project by clicking on the Collaborate button of that project and remove yourself. Multiple users can work on a collaborative project. However, if one user is working on a page, other users cannot work on the same page simultaneously, but can watch. Edits saved are instantly made available for all users. Once you are done with the project, you can present or slideshow the results interactively to your audience. The interactive charts with live data can help you handle what-if questions. You can make your presentation in full screen. If you'd like to share the project, please use the URL as above. You can also share your project to social networks. You can copy any project publicly available on this site to your own workspace by clicking on this Site button. Here's the full screen effect. You can see the interactive slideshow with one line being drawn. The legend buttons are clickable. In addition, you can display or hide your notes on this page. Each project has a discussion board attached to it. You can join the discussion by asking questions or providing answers and comments. On the right side, you can find similar or related projects for further reading. Enormous business intelligence and insights were generated and collected on the site by users from all over the world. You are free to search and discover your favorite projects and insights in the project gallery. Finally, you can view other users' public profile and their work here. Open up a user profile, you can see projects created by this user or commented or viewed by this user. If you have questions, you can send the user messages.